Akila Trinae, Cameron David, DJ Reed, Miss Roro, Dontrell Detroit, Key 77. This is U-Nation Radio.
Monday night, love session. Check us out. Generation. Slow jams. Conversation. Late night. Stimulation. Call in. Love session. Love session. Monday night.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone out there in U-Nation Radio Land. I'm your girl, Akila Trinae, and you are tuned in. Let me finish. Your turn.
Oh, now this nigga's a producer.
You are tuned in to Monday Night Love Sessions. Welcome. We have an awesome show for you on this evening, okay? Because tonight we're talking about interracial dating, but not just your typical interracial dating. We're talking about black women who are dating outside of their race, specifically dating white men. So we have some good stuff that we're going to get into. But without any further ado, I'm going to introduce you to my co-host to my left, Mr. Cameron David.
This alfalfa shit is killing me, man. How do y'all deal with it? Like, it just...
I don't have an alfalfa.
I didn't have an alfalfa. You got to fake whatever type of accent that was. What was that? What was that? Whatever. Anyway, shout out to everybody out there. Good evening. It's Monday night love sessions here at U-Nation Radio. Welcome back. We're happy to have you. Happy to see all my co-hosts alive and well.
Yes.
Shout out to Shawnee Black in his presence. Maybe grant him traveling grace whenever he gets here.
Oh no!
He's coming? Nobody told me. Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
I want to kill him over that. Our son is now starting to say that.
Yes.
He was saying it, and now Xavier's running around. Oh no!
That's cute.
That's
cute.
I want to hear that.
That's classic. I gotta videotape that.
Yeah,
And put it on our page.
Yeah, well, I'll do that. I'll do that.
But yeah, shout out to our sponsors out there. We got Pitbull Energy Drink. It is good. Shout out to Artistic Web. Shout out to Spider and the whole family up in the Yay area. As well as Black Lion Entertainment as well from the Yay area. I'm going to pass it over to Miss Roro over there. What?
Hi.
Right there.
Why would you listen to the big head man over there?
The little head woman over here would always go for it. As soon as I'm about to pass
I thought they were gonna go. I'm like, just go to the connection.
I was just going.
That's why we got papers.
We got papers.
Now he
Okay.
nods his big
my
head.
goodness.
So I'm gonna pass it over back to my left, Miss Key 77.
All right.
Grinning. Yeah, they over here matching.
Who's
You look
matching?
like Papa and Mama Smurfs.
Oh, really? You got straight jokes tonight. Jokes.
Wait, can we span on both?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't. Oh, where's she going?
And she's sneezing, fam.
She
There's so much malfunction
She
going
has
on with
fallen.
this right there.
Say my neck and my back.
I'm suing, but I settle
Settle right there.
right now.
For
Where's she going?
She's going to the bathroom. She has to go to the little girl's room.
To the
She ate it though.
Yeah, she definitely sneezed and ran into
and
the window.
fell down. Now she jumping up like Well, it
Anyway.
is I. Hello, good
What's up,
evening.
Key?
It is I, Key 77.
Yep.
Good evening, Monday night love session.
You happy to be here?
Yes, I am.
As you should be.
Of course.
Happy
it's
to see you,
Monday
too.
night. Thank you.
Turn up.
I didn't even say that, but yeah, it's happy to see you, Ken.
Monday night.
It's Monday night. Monday night. I'm gonna.
Was that you? That was you on the track too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well-
but I'm only saying the names. I ain't doing the singing because I ain't. I'll be clowning
That
my
was-
little voice.
Oh, that was you?
I'm just talking.
You just
She
talked?
said, "I'm just talking."
I'm just saying,
Take that,
that's-
take that, take that.
take that. I'm just saying our names, who we be, and I'm
You got
gonna
a
pass
nice
it.
voice.
I'm gonna pass it on over to Miss Roro. Check
I
it
thought,
out.
wait a minute, I thought you already passed it on to me.
Oh,
what
did you say hi?
Did you
I
say
said
hi?
hi. I did say hi. Good morning, hi.
Good morning, good
Good
evening.
just
evening,
waking up?
All of that.
Well, DJ Reed, let us know what's
Oh,
going
yeah,
on the
what's
Instagram, Facebook, and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo,
He got his own.
good evening, everybody. I'm your boy DJ Ray. This is Monday Night Love Sessions, U Nation Radio. Go ahead, hit us up on Facebook, U Nation Radio, Twitter, U_Nation_Radio, Instagram, U Nation Radio, and YouTube, U Nation Radio TV. Also, look us up on GoFundMe.com. Support us. Keep the show going. We need your help. Keeping the show going for you guys, and that's GoFundMe.com. Now I'm about to kick it over back to Akila, I guess.
I guess one good forget deserves it.
I don't know what my shoot me, Chris. Shoot me.
Shoot him, Chris. Shoot him.
Wow, you blowing him up. Dang, like that, Chris?
That's the homie. That is the homie.
Much
You gotta
hate.
learn. You gotta learn.
Yes, let me kick it over to Detroit.
It is I, Dontrell Detroit. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
Happy to be back in the building for the night. Amongst all the haters, Sharifa. You feel me?
Oh, who is that?
She's not here.
Oh.
Christ.
She's
I
not here.
guess Sharifa's a hater.
She's not here. Actually,
Sharifa, whoever you are, Dontrell Detroit says you're a hater.
and I apologize for that because she's a sweetie. Wait, Akila Trinae? But anyway,
Well, Dontrell and Detroit got a big head.
She said
Bubble.
the both of y'all.
that is very much true.
So mean.
You gotta say Bobble.
That's so mean.
Bobble.
I can't deny it.
Bobble.
That's so mean.
It is what it is, but it's up there. But anywho,
What?
we are talking about interracial dating tonight, and we are going to have fun doing so. Is it cool? Is it not cool? How long has it been cool? Do we approve? Who disapproves? We're doing it all. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was restful. I rest this weekend, so it was marvelous because I rest.
That is what's up.
Yes.
And you?
Man, I had a 4-day weekend off from my part-time job. So that was kind of great because I was off Friday through Monday, today. So I'm excited to go back, but I didn't do nothing but chill all weekend.
That is what's
I
up.
haven't had a full weekend off in, I don't know.
Sounds like a long time. The married couple, how was you guys' weekend?
Oh, it was good. It was very busy. Yeah, dealing with Xavier and my goodness. We went to a birthday party on Saturday, and then I just wanted to rest yesterday, so it was restful yesterday.
Redecorating the place.
Redecorating the whole entire apartment.
So
That's always fun. Miss Akila Trinae, how was your weekend?
Simple, yet satisfying.
Simple. We did go to an event, didn't we? It was like kind of an event that we did on Saturday.
That's why it's just a simple weekend. I'm more so looking forward to this week.
What do we have going on this week?
I'm going to a conference for my job. So a nice little getaway for 4 days.
Ooh,
Awesome.
sounds like fun.
It
Take
does.
me with you.
Okay.
Jealous of
Hopefully
you.
it is.
I had a busy weekend myself. Lots of things to do, lots of work and football. Never too much of that. But anywho, so we can get into this topic, we are talking about interracial dating. And if you do want to call in and join us, the number is 323-965-1600. Again,
Call us.
that is 323-965-1600.
What you want to say?
I just want to make a quick announcement.
Just make it.
I didn't want to cut the man off like you do all the time.
You gotta get it done.
Shots again.
Praise Moses.
You gotta get it done.
It's cool.
You want to say praise Moses because you got somebody that got your back? Hush up.
Yes.
Sheesh.
Yes.
Anyway,
you got her back.
Since we're on the topic
Always.
of interracial relationships and all that, I just wanted to plug Dr. Warren. He has his marriage material mixer that's going to be next weekend, which is the 28th. Chris, can you just, never mind, I'll just zoom in. Right here, you zoom in on this, the marriage material. Look, you see the gloss on them nails? They be buffing them. You see that? Shine. Look at the back, it's $25. You get all of that stuff that's bam. You see that? Cool. Carson Community Center. Alrighty. February 28th, Saturday, 11 to 3. Support.
All day. See how appropriate that was? See how nice that was? And just go in, come out, no. And I wasn't even talking to you.
It doesn't matter.
See, anywho. Thank you, Cam. But we are about to take a break. We're talking about interracial dating. In order to be interracial, they have to be black and something else. Usually black and or white. This is Michael Jackson, Black or White. DJ Ray Q, what's up?
Nice.
The gangs cleansing nations, causing grief in human relations. It's a turf war on a global scale. I'd rather hear both sides of the tale. See, it's not about races, just places, faces. Where your blood comes from is where your space is. I seen the bright get duller. I'm not gonna spend my life being a color.
Tell me you agree with me when I saw you kicking dirt in my eye. You're thinking about my baby. It don't matter if you're black or white. You're black or white. I said you're thinking of being my brother. It don't matter if you're black or white.
If anybody's supposed to think that you're beautiful, that you're attractive, it's supposed to be black men.
Oh, well, I hear white girls are really good on their knees.
So he was kinky, and I'm also kinky. Have you ever been angry at or jealous of a white woman for dating a black man?
I've evolved a lot of it. I think it's initially very hurtful because it's like the media and society tells you, you know, white women are here and you're somewhere here. And if anybody is supposed to think the opposite, it's supposed to be black men. If anybody is supposed to think that you're beautiful, that you're attractive, it's supposed to be black men. And so when you see black men going out of their way to date, and not to say that all black men who are married to white women are doing it for some brainwashed reason, but when you look at the numbers of black men who are married to white women, it's a little more than any other interracial. So it's kind of like, you know, something else at work here.
Yeah.
So when you see that, it's kind of like, you know, it's just another person who's telling you you're not good enough.
No, I'd probably say I was more angry at the black man, not the white woman. And the only reason for me is that whenever the topic has come up, there's been a black man who's like, I'm dating a white girl because black women are this, and this. White women are the antithesis of black women. That's where I want to be.
I was watching a movie a couple weeks ago. I caught like 10 minutes of it on like TBS or something, and I think it was called This Christmas. The guy playing his brother is supposed to be dating a white girl, and another black guy says something about how, oh well, I hear white girls are really good on their knees, like kind of saying that white girls like will get like faster than a black girl will.
For a long time, there was this thing like, you know, black girls don't do oral. Or you
Really?
have,
Really?
Yeah. Like, or you have to be
Like special occasion stuff?
Right.
But then like all these comedians come out like they do it.
Don't talk about it.
Right. And I think it kind of even goes back to like the high school thing of like where girls like, I just gave him. Like,
I'm still a virgin.
Right. Yeah. More white girls may say that, but I don't know.
I feel like Jewish girls, like there's like a Jewish girl stereotype that you'll get it before you're married, but then once you marry a Jewish girl, you'll never get it ever again.
Like you're uptight or something? Like Jewish girls are uptight about that kind of stuff?
Yes, I mean, well, it's
I don't know. I think the
stereotype.
stereotype about Jewish women is that they're difficult. Is that they like rule the household and that the man has to like do whatever they say.
So, is it just
Okay.
white women, or is it like just dating outside the race in general?
I don't feel that way toward Latino women. Like, if it's a Latina, even if it's Asian, even if it's an Asian
Well,
woman.
yeah, I normally don't, but I think the only reason is that now it's like I'd rather have a Latina woman than a black woman. Like, they still feel
Something.
like,
Anything
yeah,
but
it's
black.
that exoticism that they like that. You know, you got your long hair, silky, you know, all that type of stuff. Like that.
I asked this question in the thing because I did date a black guy. There was an incident where we were at the H&M in Harlem, and we were just walking around, and a black girl gave me the stink eye. Apparent enough that he could see it. And then when we left the H&M, he told me about it, and I was just like, why would she be mad at me? Like, why isn't she mad at you?
I think the thing that's like offensive about it all around is that like when you're like you can have preferences of who you're attracted to and what you're attracted to and what qualities you're attracted to and even physically what you're attracted to when you're dating, but like to try to purposely, like that's not how love works. It's like I'm gonna go find this kind of person. Like,
right. Have you ever felt like, you know, that you were fulfilling some type of like exotic fantasy for a black man?
A little bit, like, so he was kinky and I'm also kinky, and so I think that's why we connected, but I wasn't sure entirely if, like, wow.
We're back.
Hola.
Oh.
Cue the music.
Okay. So obviously they were talking about black women versus white women and the difference. So my question is to all the gentlemen here, flipping around, will you be jealous if a black woman decided to date outside her race?
Do I know this person?
You don't have to be known. You don't have to know them.
No, I don't. It don't really faze me none because I don't really have, much to say about what she does in her relationship.
So you wouldn't care if you see a fine black chick walking around hugged up with a white man?
No, because I know I can go out and get me one too.
I heard that.
So if like in the camera, so if like
because she ain't the only one.
Yeah. So even if like, so do you get bothered by like maybe, how you say it, the Kerry Washingtons of the world, or let's just say Tashari P. Henson, or let's say Thaddeus Newton. I mean, these are actors and actresses, and Zoe If they was
Zoe,
Zoe,
Zoe, man, you got to get her name right.
Zaldana.
I like her. You can't
like
mess
her?
up her name.
I mean, if they were supposed to all go out and buy
white
with white men, and supposed to be with white men, you wouldn't get upset about that?
Because I know. Never mind.
Because you know what?
We
Spill the
don't.
guts. Tell us
Spill
what
the
you know.
guts.
We just don't think.
What do you know?
I want to for what? Wait, first of all, I want to know why you be on my head about spilling guts when you be the quietest one here.
No, I don't.
No, I don't.
What is spilling guts?
Nah, for me, yeah, I mean, it don't faze me none, cause like I said, I'm gonna just go get one for myself. Like me personally, I like black women, so I'm only going to be with a black woman, and yeah, there's a whole slew of them out there for us to choose from. So there's no reason for me to trip off, one white dude having her or some Hispanic or Asian having them either.
Do you think white women are a trophy?
Wait, you gotta.
Say, go ahead.
Well, I feel the same way he do. We're just not wired the same. Women, well, especially black women, tend to think like good men are at a premium. So when they see the only thing that annoys me with some of their thinking in that is like when they see a white woman with a black man, they seem to think like, first off, they just assume that he's a great man. He's like the best because the white man chose him. And so, because the white woman chose him. And they seem to think like that's the last good man on earth, which is why they probably be so upset. But men aren't wired like that. They know that they're out there, they're fruitful, they're plenty. So no matter what creed they like, it could be white, black, Asian, or whatever. But especially with black women, they know that, well, it's sure she's walking down the street, it's another one coming right behind her that I got action at. So you gonna get her, and I'm gonna get me one too. So yeah, it's not wild.
Go ahead.
When Miss Roro and I discussed the question earlier, I pretty much had that same idea as far as black men and the response that you two, and not just you two, but like other black men would give about not really too much caring about it. I mean, the only way I think that it would really bother you all is if it was really a woman that you were interested in. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And or like when we talk about celebrities, like if it was a celebrity woman that was like that you felt was like fine or something like that. Just that question of, oh, okay, really a white man, but not something that would too much faze you. I said it's more of like, in my opinion, a woman concern. Just because women feel as though there is a limited amount of men in general just to choose from, and then when you get to black men, just because of the statistics that if a white woman or an Asian woman or a Latino woman or whatever gets with a black man, that has now lessened her opportunity to be with a black man. And I think that's why it bothers black women so much. But again, men who oftentimes claim they just see women, it's like, okay, there's more, or there's plenty or whatever. And I mean, statistically, there are more women than men. There are more single black women than single black men. So, I mean.
And a lot of that is brought upon by yourself.
I get more offended when I see black men with white women.
Why is that?
Because I just feel like we as men, we as leaders, we as kings should go and continue the lineage. And I feel like they take the easy road, the cop-out road. Like
continue the lineage or the pure lineage?
The pure lineage. Well, yeah.
I mean, because you still continue to do it.
Yeah, whatever. But Or you want to show them that you're getting your ass whooped in Say what you. Oh, it's not. Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I kind of get more. You know, it's like Omar Epps in Higher Learning, when he was looking at Morris Chestnut. He was like, "Look at this fool in this cave." like that'd be my mentality sometimes, because I'll just be like, I look at the types, the character and the persona of the dudes that do it. They're not really macho dudes. They claim to be, but they don't really be headstrong like that. So I don't think that they can really handle a black woman and her attitude and all that she encompasses. So I think they just take the easy road out, and then they make up excuses. Oh, she's this and she's that.
I can't
stereotype her.
I don't go there unless they maybe only if they don't date black women. You feel me? Like if there's somebody who just don't date black women, that thought might creep into my head. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, to me, to me, people are people.
I think honestly, to what the two of you are saying, that a man who dates and or a woman who dates outside of their race, if it's genuinely just through, like love or interest, I feel like it would never have to be justified. But if someone is choosing to date outside of their race, when in the sense of I only date type of deal, then that's how you know that relationship is not really real, because you've gone out, you know what I mean? I mean, forced in a way, kind of what the ladies were even talking about in the video, that you've now gone out. It's not natural, It's
that's
a
your
forced
objective
situation. Like, I'm gonna go out and find me a X, Y, and Z. You get what I mean? Like that. It doesn't happen that way. Even in previous shows when we talked about what your taste is versus what you actually have at home, most of the time it's not the same. Like the things that you might say, like, I'm attracted to this, and this, and then you end up falling for somebody who's that, and that. And the two don't line up. But if you deliberately go out and say, okay, I'm gonna go find me and it goes beyond for like black people who date within their race. It goes beyond, I'm just gonna go find me a black woman. Like, no, it's like, I'm gonna find a black woman who is X, Y, and Z, because that's part of what you're attracted to, or that's your type. But more often than not, you're gonna end up with someone that you connect with, in a sense.
Now here's my main reason for not just jumping to that conclusion. Sometimes it is a cultural or cultivated thing. Like I have, and nobody seems to have an issue with this when it's vice versa. I have a friend who is white but date predominantly black women. Now, nobody has an issue with that. Not his friends that are of his color, nor is it, of course, the black people. But the reason why that is not that he don't like his color, it's just that he's not around them. Like outside of his mother and father, all his friends are black. So he was raised around black women, and usually black men that are like that likely lived in a different area, come from an affluent place, and they were around white women.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
If a white woman were to come his way, who he felt was attractive, knowing him, do you feel like he would give her a chance or pursue her?
Well, I know he would, because he's told me stories.
Okay, so you get what I'm saying? So that doesn't really apply in the sense of kind of what I was saying.
But I'm talking about...
But that's cool.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
Gary Owens said the same thing. Like, white women didn't like him. Black women did, especially from where he was like coming from and how he was. And so naturally, again, like you're gonna go and be around those who are accepting of you.
Those people
who will love you for who you are.
Those in those cases, and Gary Owens and my friend, those might be the abnormal. But speaking to the black men who probably were raised around something different, or just had a different liking,
different cultural background.
Yeah, whatever.
They were raised around white women.
It's right. It's no.
So that's normal.
But I'm saying, so that to me, that's no different than Cam being cultivated by black people only liking and loving black women. You know what I mean? Like that's just what they love, and they're never going to differentiate because that's who they are.
We're in agreement.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm saying you and I are in agreement, but I'm in disagreement, so kind of with him. Like I don't automatically jump to that conclusion that that's the reason why. Like I really used to be mad or feel some type of way at I'm not gonna say mad, but I just say I felt some type of way initially about Reggie, because but I thought it was just him jumping on Kim because of who she was. You know what I mean? Not understanding that that's just who he's always really been into. He's never really been into. I mean, born in San Diego, he ain't never really been into. I mean, there's few and far between, but so that was genuine, as into his next woman that he ended up marrying. So then it was like, oh, okay, brother, go and do your thing, because that's just genuinely who you like. It's not you can't handle black women type of thing. You know what I mean? So that's not always the case. And then I don't always assume that when somebody's dating outside the race that they're doing it because that person is so great. Like I don't assume anybody is just, great God. Like if a white woman was with a black man, I don't assume that black man is the greatest gift to God, nor do I think about it the opposite way. Most people are mad because, like you said, they're taking the last black men or men are at a premium. Like we already have a low number of, you guys said.
Well, I wouldn't even say he's the greatest. It's just one of those, when I say it affects women more than men, it's just because it's really it's a psychological thing for women who have experienced any type of, I want to say like colorism or things of that nature where you were judged or put in a position based on your race or your culture or anything like that. So it's almost like that's what you remember. So if you see someone who is black, who it might even be like a trigger of some sort, that it was a black man that puts you in that category, and it's a black man now that I see who's with a white woman. So it has nothing to do with if he's amazing or not. It's the fact that he's black, and it's purely just on the fact that he's black, and that's why it's a color issue or a psychological issue. And
to me, more so toward who she is. You mean like she's pure,
yes.
She's white.
No. Back to who the woman is or who the man is.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
themselves.
Yeah, both themselves, but also to the other color being better for whatever reason or worth, because a lot of women will then think about, well, let me see. I wish I knew what he was about. If she was gonna date him, if she was worth crossing that line, then that's something I need to know. And I'm like, really? It might be she was the only one I was willing to talk to. It almost remind me of the girl, the really cute girl that dates the guy that's not so attractive. And when you talk to him, it's like, well, he's the only one that had the guts to come up to me. Most people don't come and talk to me, so it's whatever.
And it really, when you think about it, because I was watching a documentary like Girls, but when you think about it, and the girl in the video that we just saw said the same thing. She said it doesn't matter as much to her if the man is not, or the woman, if the woman is not white. Like if she's Hispanic or if she's Asian or if she is Indian or something like that. It doesn't really matter that much because they're considered like a minority as well. But it's only when the woman is white where it stings.
Right.
In that way.
And you got to get away from that.
Right. I don't agree, but that's kind of, it just lends itself to the whole idea of colorism.
Right. And it seems like when you have that feeling, you still hold people above you or certain colors above you, because other than that, it wouldn't sting.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Akila, would you date a white man?
Just put me on the spot, huh?
Yeah, good job.
I
that up. Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't date a white man seriously.
What?
Why?
You playing with people's emotions. That ain't even right. He probably gonna love you.
If a white man swept me off my feet, hey, he did it. I think that white men are attractive. Not every white man, but I could tell you some white men that I feel are very attractive. And if I had an opportunity, then I possibly would. But I don't get approached by white men. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. It's just like saying, you know, would you date, you know, an Indian man? You know, like, okay, I might consider it if the Indian man is a good man, but how often do you come in contact with Indian men who are interested in dating, you know, you or whatever? So, I have in the past had a white boy to
White boy.
a white man, whatever, a white man. I was younger, so I mean, hey,
Okay.
to approach me or whatever. But it was so weird because it was like I couldn't take the situation serious. Like I was like,
why is it so weird?
Do you realize I'm black? Like that's all I was thinking in my head. Like I'm black and you're white. Like this is not supposed to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm stuck in the 50s.
Yeah, he's just thinking you a girl and I want to.
I dated white.
You know,
I How was that so weird? I dated white guys before. I dated
right,
black
but we
guys.
lived two different
I dated
lifestyles,
Hispanic
Robin.
guys.
You know what I mean? Like, you dated the rainbow and I haven't. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
that's because I was open. I wasn't married.
But it wasn't like I was close.
What are we
you know what I'm saying?
talking about
It
here?
I mean, I recently.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I went to Oakland with Akila Trinae 2 weeks ago. I mean, 2 years ago.
I was like, it was not 2 weeks ago.
Well, it was 2 years ago.
Damn, y'all making secret trips up to the Bay?
It was my first time in
Sheesh.
Oakland, and we were, you know, enjoying ourselves. And I met this.
Enjoying yourselves.
Yeah, we were going out and stuff.
Mhm.
And I met this white guy. And he was a police officer. He was a nice gentleman.
It's going all the way to the left.
Yeah, no, he was a police officer, and he was like really, and I was shocked, like, dang, this guy really trying to talk to me. I was like, what do I do? Like, I've never even tried to like really let a white man talk to me. So that was my first time, and then I actually considered him and talked to him a lot, but he was not somebody I would be interested in. I don't see myself with the white man. That's
What's
just
the
like,
truth? Tell the truth.
Oh, because he had kids.
You can't
No,
match
that's not what I'm talking about.
You
That's not the
can't match
truth.
my struggle.
What's the truth?
What was the truth?
And I mean that too. Not even the matching the struggle thing, but just
It
feeling
was
like
just
you have
like-
something in common. And people like to call me pro-black, but I'm not really pro-black like that. But at the same time, I am. Like I love black people.
You are.
And so it would be hard. Like I wouldn't want somebody to tell me like, do you always have to talk about blackness? You know what I mean? Like I that's me.
To me, that's
So-
stereotypical though, because that
Yeah.
just wouldn't always happen like that. Now, and to me, I think that would be easier to maintain longevity because there's so much to learn about you. In the midst of loving you, he gets to learn about everything about you and not already.
But I don't want to be the representative.
Isn't
I'm just saying.
It's just weird dating.
I
white
said,
people.
hey,
It's just
if you're a
weird.
white man and you're attractive and you're a good guy, hey,
You're a good guy.
The guy was awesome. You know, he was a
RMC
cool guy.
dating. That's the next venture.
Cool
folks.
guy, you know what I'm saying? He was cute. He's very handsome. That's why I was like, yeah, I'll give you my number. You know, I talked to him and everything, but I was just like, nah, there was
should just
nothing
try
there
it.
that we had in common.
I felt dark.
I got a serious. I got a serious.
Call the guy.
I talked to the guy. I had conversation with the guy.
I got a serious question.
I already got
Now,
issues with being
do-
dark.
do
I
it-
felt
My
darker.
God.
No, I'm just-
When you guys see, men of other races, is it more of a sexual attraction or is it like
Wait,
to where it's like that's no,
it's not.
No, I'm dead
not.
serious. Let me finish the question.
right.
Is it more of a like sexual attraction, more so leading rather than like something as far as like you wanting to pursue a relationship, like off like you say, oh, I see Caucasian men that I'm attracted to, but you never saw one that you said I wanted to date.
Like
so is it
inquiry
just
of where this might go?
That's why I answered your question already, because it's not. It's not. I don't lead with that. It's just an attractive white man, but I couldn't imagine. I don't know. It's weird to me. Like
because
I
that
don't wanna see
sounds
him
to me
naked.
it sounds a little bit
It's weird.
contradictory because you're leading with your physical attraction of him, and your physical attraction is not you wanting to pursue the relationship. It's your physical. What you're sitting like, our physical
Right,
are
that's
drawn
why I
by
said
our
that
emotions.
I've
and
seen
our,
attractive white men, but it would be weird for me to date one just because of the other part. But I said if he swept me off my feet, and he was just amazing, you know, and I can't.
Other ladies?
I can't deny it.
It's just
As I said,
like, oh, he's cute, you know. But that's
as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Oh no, as I said, I dated
So it's
white guys.
a physical thing for you, but it's more.
Before I met him, when I was like in my
Dating
early
white people.
20s, I dated all different types of races. I dated Asian, I dated white, I dated
You was
black,
curious.
Hispanic. Because I wasn't, as I said, I was saying earlier, I wasn't narrow-minded. I was open-minded.
And that's
to
good.
Actually trying to find out what else is out there besides just my race. I mean, I actually done. Go on now. I actually went out.
Like she was gonna say something else.
Yes, I was gonna
Let's
say
say
something
something
else.
else now. I actually went out and dated other races. I mean, and then when I dated this guy, he was white. His name was Johnny. I dated him for a while. When we would go out and I would hold his hand or whatever, like I did get like dirty looks from from actual white girls. Like one of the white girls was like at this restaurant we went to up in Redondo Beach, and she really looked mean to me.
They're racist.
She
over
was
there.
like, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, she was like really upset that I was dating this cute white guy with curly blonde hair or whatever. And I'm like, why are you getting upset at me? Why are you looking mean at me? And she just smiled at him, and I was like, oh my goodness.
She wanted your
So
man.
I just have a quick question, and I know we have to go to break. Because you said you dated a number of different races. Did you find that they all pretty much treated you the same, or it was the same experience?
Some of them were a little bit different, like as in for like their culture was different, and like, you know, like when I say, oh, I'm going to church, and they're like, oh, I actually don't go to church, and blah blah blah, I worship, blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, oh, well, I don't know if that might work out because, you know, I'm a Christian, I believe in God, you know. But then again, I didn't let that get me down. I still kind of dated them and just see where it still went, you know, from there. Obviously, it didn't go nowhere because I ended up marrying my husband.
Some black dude.
Some black dude. Some black dude. And I'm marrying somebody else. But, you know, obviously, I was still, as I said, I was open to it. You know, even when actually there was an incident where I actually had a friend of mine who I knew for a long time since high school, and I'm sorry, I'm talking. Just give me a minute.
I said,
I knew since high school.
Fuck that break.
And we were just, I was going to school, you know, in college or whatever, but we were just sitting up there, just chilling one day, and I had a break before my next class, and he was laying down on my lap, and I was just rubbing his head, just because he said he was tired. So, you know, but we were good friends. What? He was Hispanic, and we were good friends like that. But I saw this other black guy just gave me an evil eye look at me one day, you know, and I'm like, what? What?
Keep going.
Keep going. We listening. We listening. Lord knows we listening.
I'm just laughing at this story.
Why?
It's funny. Oh man.
Are you done with the story?
Are you finished?
was that?
Are you finished?
Go ahead and take the damn break.
Oh, you got a made her mad.
She has cursed.
Well, aside from Miss Roro over here, this is clearly an issue about him not being able to love you like a black man can. This is Jagged Edge. He can't love you
That's
like
my
I can.
favorite song.
DJ Ray, cue us up. Yeah.
You ain't know.
As the clock strikes 12, sitting here wondering how the hell did I let you leave? And baby, I know that I did my share of things to deceive you. I'm just trying to get an understanding of what you do. 'Cause I'm halfway going crazy. Girl, they can't feed me. Yeah. Never met someone that made me feel like I'm ready for love. So I gotta do what I gotta do just to keep you here with me, baby. Now I feel it's time for me to say that I need you, boo. And I can't go a day without your loving. Baby, I can't live without you. I know that you matter when you want it, baby. Ain't no ifs and buts or maybes. And I know that one day you'll see, hey, he can't really love you like I love you. Like I love you, baby. You know it too. And you should he can love you, know it. If he can't love you, know like I can. Telling no, he can't love you like I love you. Baby, can't love it too. I know we can't do the thing. Should never be with the man, baby. If he can't be a man, I'm so sorry he can't be a man. Like I can. He can't love you, girl. Never gonna love you, girl, like I love you. He can't love you, girl. Never gonna love you like I love you. He can't love you, girl. Never gonna love you. He can't love you, girl. He can't love you. He can't love you, girl. No. He can't love you like I love you, baby. You know it too. He can't love you. Should never wanna be with a man if he can't be a man. Do the same to you like I can. Telling you he can't love you like I love you, baby. You know it too. He can't love you. Should never wanna be with a man if he can't be a man.
When black women date white men, I find this to be a curious thing because I expect one thing and I go in with my views and prejudices and I'm almost always proven wrong. I find that when a black woman dates a white man, I want to think in my head that it's just the female version of when a black man dates a white woman. And it is not. It could not be more opposite. Black women that date white men, I've observed, are dating them for the intangible reasons. They're dating for love and for trust and for commitment, and not like their black male counterparts who date white women for everything that is tangible. They'll date them for their straight hair or their white skin. Black men date white women for all the things that they can touch. But black women tend to date white men for all the things that they can feel. And that's why marriages and dating for black women that date white men last as long as they do, because for the black male, all the things that he's interested in will eventually fade. That long hair will turn gray and brittle on that woman. Her skin that's so taut and beautiful today, in a few years it will be wrinkly and old. So all the things that the black man is interested in a white woman is completely temporary, while again the black woman, all of her interests are transcendent. But that's just not indicative of her because she's dating white. That's the way that black women are in general. They want more than just what you can see and touch. I've observed the black women that date white men, they do not hate looking at a black man that dates a white woman. I can't tell you how many friends I have that date white women. We'll see a black woman holding hands with a white man as they happily walk down the street, and the black man will look at her with a grimace on his face, and then look at me and say, "Look at that couple." And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? You're with a white woman. You never see that in reverse. Black women that date white men don't do that stuff. Black women, just in general, can have their core beliefs about something and not degrade a black man for thinking differently. And that's just any black woman, whether she dates black or dates white. But we as black men, we tend to have our core set of views, and if you go against them, then you're the enemy. Black women that date white men, I have yet to hear them say, in terms of a movement, just negative things about black men. You don't hear them say, well, I'm dating this white guy because black men are no damn good, and their hair, black men's hair is ugly, their skin is unattractive, they're stupid. You never hear them say that. But still, if you were to ask that black woman that only dates white men, if you were to ask her what black men does she find attractive, she'll readily name 5 or 6 movie stars that she thinks are attractive. And by the way, you'll find that all of them, or the bulk of them, would be dark-skinned black men. Try doing that with a black man that only dates white women. Ask him, are there any dark-skinned women or any woman that's black that he finds attractive? He would say no. He would say they're all ugly. And he would say the black women are scurrilous and argumentative and violent and vile. He'll say that about his own people. Whereas a black woman that dates a white man will say nothing like that. In fact, you will find a black woman that dates white men, she'll be protective of black men. She'll be the first to say, not every black man's a drug dealer. Not every black man cheats. Not every black man goes to jail. And it has nothing to do with the quality of the white men that they're dating. It has everything to do with the quality of being a black woman. Black women, whether they are dating a black man or a white man, black women have always had our backs. And we need to, for once, have their backs, no matter who they date.
I mean, where are we coming to? Because
he don't put it on me.
I know. Yeah. I mean, over the break, over the video, we were discussing that I feel that if the children are the ones that's suffering when you're having these type of relationships. Because in my family, we're all multicultural. You know, I have Hispanics.
You too.
Me too.
Yeah,
Same thing.
I have Hispanics.
White, huh?
You have what?
Hispanics in my family. I have whites. I know, he always
Leave her alone.
Yeah, I have white people in my family, and the children, the young ones, are the ones that I feel is suffer because they don't know what side they really belong on. Like I have 5 little cousins. They're stairs and whatnot, and their mom is white, but they don't be around, you know, the black side. They don't come around us that often, only on holidays. So when they are around us, they don't know how to, you know, embrace us. We embrace them because we embrace any kind of race, period. That's just black people, period. But these children, they don't know, like, they gonna go, when they go back home, they white, or they're, you know, they hang with their Hispanic, I'm not gonna say Latina, that's what I'll say.
Hispanics
or Latin. Yeah, you know, they hang with them, and like my little cousin, she speak pure Spanish. You know, but her mom was white. But she would talk to you in Spanish, have a whole conversation when she 8 years old, have a whole conversation with you in Spanish, and then be like, now what kind of race am I? She'll ask you that. She was like, what do you think I am, black, white, or Mexican? She'll tell you that real quick. But, you know, she's mixed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just these kids, their mindset, they know, you know, what's in their household, but when they go outside their household, it's different for them. Like, how do they,
you know,
they
some,
suffer?
Some families, because I know a couple of different examples of African American women who are married to and or date outside of their race, and just one of the struggles when you do have children is just making sure that both cultures are introduced, because one may take precedence over the other, you know, and if I were white and I was dating someone black and we have a child together, like, I would want my child to also embrace the white part of who they are. But oftentimes, especially with black families, you know, they often swing towards or cater towards that black portion, and that's just, you know, from generations of, you know, that one drop rule. If you have one drop of African American blood, then you're black. You know, you're black. But they don't flip it the other way. For example, if someone were of mixed race, would they then be accepted as purely 100% of that other race? Whereas when and we're talking about interracial with black, but interracial doesn't just mean black. You know, you're interracial when you're Asian and white, when you're Hispanic and Asian and all of that. So I'm sure they even deal with the same struggles of, again, having to introduce both cultures into the household and having to choose one. But, you know, one parent, I would hate in an interracial relationship if I got with a white man and I have this child, and now that white part of my child is not really getting embraced because I'm raising my child to be black. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who, you know, that's was one of my questions, and I'm glad you guys brought that up, because there's.
I'm sorry.
What?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No.
Oh, go ahead, Cam.
The thought just came out. It's towards hers.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, how do you raise somebody to be a race?
Yeah.
You said what?
And that's what I was getting. That's what I was about to say, because the party that I was just about to speak of, when you walk into this party, it was as diverse a place I've ever seen, because one of the ladies was she was Cajun, the husband was black, and the parents, I mean, they're no longer together.
Can I answer this question though?
Yeah.
Before I forget.
Go ahead.
You're asking me, how do you raise someone to be black?
Yeah,
Just
like
black.
how
Okay,
do you...
so I would say my answer to that would be the same way you raise someone to be Jamaican, or you raise someone to be Mexican. You raise them within the culture that you know, or the culture that you were brought up in. So culturally, my culture of being black and my black experience is how I would raise my child through those things.
Now,
So as far as being like connected ethnically to something, I really don't have much of that connection, but I'm huge on cultures and traditions and things of that nature, because if I were part Chinese, I want to be speaking Chinese.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's a part of my culture. Well, Chinese isn't a part of my culture, so I would raise my child in the culture of what I've learned and what I know. And what I know of that, for me, is the black experience for me.
Okay.
And to me, that just depends on what's dominant in being raised
Or
around.
what's the culture to you?
But I'm saying I don't think that's something that you would try to do. That's just something that would happen. But if
No. It would be intentional.
no, to me it can't be intentional, because you don't know anything else.
Well, like teaching your child about black history.
But I'm saying right. But just as my coach, my coach is above me. He took a Black History class as well. You know, so if you were raised in a mixed race, then equally whatever they wanted to teach them, they would teach them, and you would teach them what you know. Y'all can only teach.
My brother-in-law is doing that now.
Absolutely.
I mean,
But what I'm saying, and they would just gravitate toward who they gravitated toward, whatever side. If it was in the middle, it's in the middle. But it also depends on if the family raised it like that versus. The example that I was telling you about, these kids are mixed straight down the middle. From a distance, you would think that they were white. When you got up close, you would know that they were black. But their friends are white, and their friends are black. They eat all varieties of food, and they're just people. You know, they don't care one way.
I would be eating Mexican food a lot because that's what I eat.
They don't care one way or the other. But
That's part of my black culture.
But my point is, if you raise the child no different than you let a child pick their friends. If you raise a child no different than if you let a child pick their friends as baby where they don't know any color or any difference, then they would be okay with that in just being people. I do think trouble comes in when you have a mixed child and you have to raise a child by yourself, because then that leaves them pretty inquisitive and wanting to know, like, okay, what's the other side of me like that? If they know that there's something else and they want to go and seek that, like if they were Chinese and they're black and Chinese.
But I feel like you're saying it as if like the cultures don't exist. Like in no way would I raise a child, and this is all hypothetically because I don't even have children or a white man, but I would never raise them in a way for them to isolate the other. But what I'm saying is, my original example was, because she brought up mixed children, I said I would hate for somebody that I'm with, so my husband, who is white, I would hate for him to be excluded in the situation because of the fact that, and it just really depends on what the child comes out looking like, because the child may look nothing like me. It may look blonde hair, blue eyes, and all of that. But my point is, I would hate for somebody in that situation to be excluded, because what I know of the situations of what I mentioned and I led with, that that was the difficult part of being able to incorporate both cultures in there, and somewhere along the line, one takes the precedence over the other, and that's all I was saying.
Which is
in my experience with the couples that I've seen,
or yourself, because aren't you kind of mixed?
But
mixed up.
But the point, but with the people that I've seen, one didn't take precedent over the other. Now I
knew you was doing something.
I do know of a couple that was the case, but that couple also split and shouldn't have been together. There's no way that you get into a situation like that and feel excluded in a situation like that, because you're walking in to something like that. So if you feel excluded at that point, you felt excluded even in dating, and it shouldn't have been anyway. But in a healthy situation, everybody's embracing everything, and it is what it is. It's not something taking precedence. It's what we know, what we learn, and where that child goes from there with the knowledge.
That's not precedence?
No, because it does. No, I'm saying.
You don't have to rebuttal that.
But the point is, it's
you want to anyway, huh?
y'all can only give a child what y'all give a child, and that child goes
and
where it goes.
Love.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We have one more video, you guys.
No. We haven't addressed that video.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go on.
Okay.
Wait, you had another question.
I thought you had another question.
You had another question in the first segment
about
that
the
you
children.
never got
Was it
about the perception of a trophy? We never even got to that.
Yeah. Okay. It says, does a white woman feel like a trophy wife when dating a black man?
Well, we wouldn't know.
Actually.
Yeah, because you guys
We're not
have
white
you ever
women.
dated a white woman?
Well, here's the thing.
Not never.
Let me just do it this way. In the video that we just watched, the person that was speaking basically made the argument that when black men are dating white women or women of another culture, it's basically done out of like a materialistic, external, tangible thing. So he's looking for a trophy wife. He's looking for something that is non-black.
Yeah.
Whereas on the flip side, a black woman who is dating outside of her race is looking for more of the internal, the intangible thing, which is love and trust and commitment and things of that nature. And it's not just black women and or black people who hold the notion of the stereotypes of black people, but oftentimes men of other cultures will also lead with that in referencing black men and their behavior, whether it's true or not true, whether it's based on media or their own personal experiences. But sometimes they go in with that sale of,
preconceived notion.
will be there for you, to love and to support you and things of that nature. The other thing that he said was black women, and again, this is whoever the author or the person in the video, narrator, that black women won't downgrade black men when they are dating white men. They'll still speak highly of them. They'll point out other men, most likely dark-skinned men, that they find attractive. Whereas, again, on the flip side, if you were to have that conversation with a black man who is dating a white woman, most of the time when it comes to other women that he's attracted to, most likely it's not a black woman. And if it is a black woman, she's not a dark-skinned black woman. So that was part of his argument. And that goes with the trophy thing.
It does. Now, this video pissed me off in so many ways, but I want to be able to cover it because we don't have enough time. And I won't go where I was initially going to go.
You can go ahead and cover it, and then we'll go into one more video.
No, because I'll be here.
I just want to know. I wanted to know because you said that earlier.
Yeah, I want to know too.
I know.
So what is he going?
But because first off, not every man thinks that of a white woman. Now that is the case for a lot of men that do date more so than the women. But the way he put it was just like black men only date women for those things. But
they don't support black women.
But I'll give him that because that was probably the majority. But as far as the women in dating and how they feel about white women dating black men and being okay with it, that's just so untrue. Because to me, it's in the majority. Like I rarely, if ever, hear women just be like, "Oh, cool, she got her a black dude, right on. I'm happy for that. Cool, let me go find one of my own." No, as we just spoke before, they feel like they had a premium, and it's like, why her? That's almost like the first thing that come out their mouth, like, what she got that I ain't got? It's almost like the way that he said the men feel about the women. Most women feel like that about men. You feel me? And I
think a lot of it, especially for black women, if I could chime in, I think a lot of it is not even the fact that that part of it is the fact that they see a black man with a white woman, but a larger aspect of it is that they see that white woman with a man, period, and that's where a lot of that anger.
Hey, you right. You right. But regardless, it's not that innocent picture that they painting about women, black women, and vice versa. About the other side. And I'm like,
for that, I was saying it's more of the reason that the black man is with the white woman or other race, and hoping that the reason is not an exclusion. That's all.
And that's what we're about to
regardless,
get to the video.
Hold on. But regardless of what the reasoning is, it's not a positive thought when they see it the majority of the time. So it's not, that's just not the case. Okay, so then my other point with women in this case and scenario, a lot of times when women don't deal with white men, because they talked about the intangibles, that is true. But it's already because they've already demoted black men, and when they come dating black men, they come and date black men with a preference. They come in dating black, when they look for black men, they're looking for a preference of black men. When they deal with black men, they're dealing with the stigma going against a black man. So if a black dude go out and say, hey, you know what, I've been at work all night, the first thought in their mind is like, yeah, right, nigga, you was out doing X, Y, and Z. Feel me? So when they get with a black man, he's already fighting an uphill battle. So most women just say, you know what? Because they can't get out of their own head, I don't want to fight this uphill battle. So when they go and date a white man, they go into it with an open mind. You feel me? Well, whoever he is, we're gonna learn that, and whatever he say, I'm gonna go for, because there's no stigma, because they've never dated. So it's like, okay, so whatever he says is word. That could be the same thing for a black man, except for the last black man that they had did them wrong. So whoever they're going to next is like, you know what? I ain't even giving you a shot. And this black man could have all the intangibles in the world, and it just would not matter because he's already defeated.
Yes, he is. Now let's check.
Yes,
this
he
video
is.
out.
One more. We got one more.
Let's
video.
check this video out and find out what he's talking about.
Go ahead.
Oh, you talking about the? Okay, so let's check out this new one then.
This new one.
You keep on talking about my language.
Shawana Clark. Shawana Clark.
Do you want me to take him?
No.
Excuse me, I've been here for like an hour and a half. Am I gonna be able to see a doctor anytime soon?
I've already told you, miss. We'll get you in as soon as we possibly can.
Yeah, but my appointment was an hour ago. I already got here
We're
early.
doing the best we can. We have a lot of people today, and we're here just...
Is there somebody else I can talk to?
Sure.
Wench, you gotta stand over her to make sure she puts your name on the damn list, trifling bitch. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'll get that.
I know. So your dad's tripping about the fight.
Yeah.
Probably thinks it's all Derek's fault.
No, I explained about Nikki.
Oh, so you put it all on her. None of it's on you.
She started it. I told you what she said.
Maybe she didn't have no business getting up in your face, but she had reason to say what she said.
Wait a minute. You agree with her?
You and Derek act like it don't bother people to see you two together. Like it don't hurt people to see.
Well, we like each other. What is the big damn deal? It's me and him, not us and other people.
Black people, Sarah. Black women. Derek's about something. He's smart, he's motivated, he's for real. He's not just gonna make some babies and not take care of them or run the streets messing up his life. He's gonna make something of himself. And here you come, white, so you gotta be right. And you take one of the few decent men we have left after jail, drugs, and drive-by. That is what Nikki meant about you up in our world.
There's only one world, Chanel.
That is what they teach you. We know different.
I don't understand. I thought we were friends.
You want to be a friend? Don't just be here to be here. Open up your pretty brown eyes and look the hell around.
That's some. Oh.
Shout out to Kerry Washington having acting skills even back
She was
then.
her
fine self.
Way back and saved the
White,
last
so you
dance.
gotta be
Who's
right.
with Fitz on Scandal?
I know.
White man with
She
power.
was just saying all this stuff, and now she in with a white man. On
Well, I
Scandal.
mean, it's only on TV.
Whatever.
But she's showing that black women can get a white man in power.
Sure can.
That's what they all
She can
want.
get two.
That's her biggest attraction.
You right.
The power.
All her men is white on there, huh?
Yeah, she can get two, not one, okay? Because Jake is fine.
See?
White power.
It's about the power.
Jake is fine. Jake finer than the president. I mean, Fitz. He is.
Fitz is not attractive.
He ain't. Jake is
Fitz
fine.
is cute.
No, he
Fitz is
ain't.
cute. Jake is better, but Fitz is cute.
All right. Okay. Is there one world?
There's one world.
Is it?
It's only
When
one
it comes to the law of love and attraction, there's one world.
But do you feel like you live a black experience? Ever? Or do you live experience that everyone lives?
Like what?
That one is just for you. Was that question not clear?
I thought he was mixed.
It was.
So do you live?
I've
question
never.
was clear.
No.
I don't view him as being mixed. Maybe
No.
I'm
He's
like-
not mixed.
I just have. I have my father. Yeah.
What, I'm asking
But
you, do you live a black
I
experience?
live a black world. Yeah.
His
Why
father.
wouldn't he?
His
I'm
father is
just saying because based on that movie, you get what I'm saying? Some people, they don't. They live one world. Like, they don't see, or their experiences are not different. So what I was saying when I was talking about raising a child, that they're going to go through different experiences. And as a black woman, I've had different experiences. I haven't had the same treatment overall. So if I've lived in a world, because you can be any race and live in a world where you have had the same experiences, so you don't live a black experience. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Well, in that
But are you going to teach them to hate?
Right.
No.
You don't.
Where does hate come from?
Yeah.
Well, not hate, but are you going to be brutally honest in regards to whatever?
I would teach my child about
Black history,
I would teach them about the history of the world, and I would teach them to accept and love all the people that they come across. I lived a black experience, but I've also lived a multicultural experience.
Exactly.
When I went to school, I went to diverse schools. You get what I'm saying? But again, when I go home and when I go to church, I'm around black people.
Preach.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
True.
No,
But with that, as a teacher, I have the ability to interact and understand and connect with all students from all different types of backgrounds because of the way that I was raised. So it's not a limiting thing, but the thing is, there is a reality to the world.
It was kind of
Now-
different for me.
Yeah.
Because I went to a high school with majority white people. And it was probably about 3 or 4 black people in my graduating class.
Wow.
Yeah.
And based on
That's
that,
how it was for mine.
It was just different. It was just totally different. Then, you know, on the weekends, I'm with the black folks. Church, hanging out, work. But my everyday life was just around the white Hispanic people. Because that was the majority of the population at my high school. So it was very different for me. You know, prom was different. All that, because there wasn't a lot of black people there. I would have to get a date from my church who was black.
why you didn't get a date from this school?
And that's what I'm saying.
about to say that.
And see,
I was
you
about
don't
to say that.
you don't have to. You just, if you might feel pressure to, because such a
Well, no, I'm asking him. I want to know.
Not because of the color, but mainly that just wasn't my style. The type of people I would hang out with.
So you went to school with these people through high school, which was like 4 years, and you didn't think of dating anybody within the school at all?
I mean, a couple, but they were all, you know, seniors or something like that. And I came to that school when I was like a sophomore. But I mean,
So it was an
besides
age
that,
thing.
but
It wasn't
besides
a race thing. Were they black or were they?
I seen the year.
I mean,
You better not say nothing.
they were black. They were black. The rest of them, it's just the lifestyle and everything. It was just, they were just the typical rich white kid.
So you didn't feel that you fit in?
That's the piece. When we
Right.
talk about race, we talk about race, but it really is culture and it is economic. So, you know, when you have money, you're going to live a different experience than if you don't have money and then if you're poor. Excuse me. So.
I don't know. I would treat it. Well, my grandma raised me like there's the world and there's law. They're both the same. You have to deal with laws. Like when they told you, like when you want to go up against whatever it is you didn't want to do, you got to do what I'm gonna say, because when you get into the world, you're gonna have to listen to somebody and obey somebody too. So there was no difference when I got out into the world and when I questioned what a different race was. That's just that. Now when things came about, then she would enlighten me on what something was. Like I was 19 or 20 before I ever experienced racism. So that's the only time my grandma ever really sat down and had a true talk of how she dealt with it, because I never had to deal with it. And when I asked her, like, well, why? If you've always felt this way and it's just, well, you're raised in a different time and you don't have to deal with that on a daily basis. And I didn't want you to think a certain way toward whatever. And that's just how I am. The world, to answer your question, I guess no, I don't live in a black world. I live in the world. I
I didn't
understand.
say a black word. I said black experience.
Whatever. Black experience, black world,
Don't
whatever.
know, but it does make a difference.
Yeah.
To me, no, it don't, because that would be like me being, my black experience would be like my black world. But I just lived in a place.
I understand where both of you guys are coming from. So can y'all just agree to disagree?
I wasn't gonna say nothing else about it.
Sheesh.
You meet different people. Like if I was in his situation, I would have likely unless there was somebody, because church was heavily in my family. So if I lived in his situation, I likely would have chose a white girl or some girl from that school. like it wouldn't have mattered to me as long I just see girl and whatever it is, whatever her virtues are that I like, as I do today.
And then you don't see
Well,
color.
one of the things
You
that
don't
we
see color at
mentioned
all.
was your experience. So if we weren't constantly reminded, or if treatment wasn't different based on race, then everyone could say, you know, they live one world, one experience, or whatever. But when you're constantly reminded of what you look like on the outside, I don't see myself until I look in the mirror. You get what I'm saying? So if
Is that
somebody...
everybody?
Okay, so you
Whatever.
follow, right? So what I'm saying is that when you're reminded of that, almost like when a mirror is put up to you throughout your life or your experience, well, that's when you're reminded of what you are. Outside of that, you would just be who you were raised to be, or just going back to that childlike state. So I say that to say, like I said, I had a multicultural schooling experience. And so for the longest time, when I looked out and I saw the different girls that I was in school with, I was like, oh, you know, she has pretty long, straight hair. You know, well, why is my hair not long and straight and pretty like that? So it's when you begin to look at yourself and then you see the world and then you're reminded of those experiences. So on top of that, and then reminded, oh, you're dark. And you're this, and you're that. Well, as a child, when you're growing up, again, depending on the experience you have, this is outside of what your parents do, because your parents can do as much as they like, and you go into the world and you have a totally different experience. So when I'm talking about just the way that you were raised, the way that you view things, where you grew up, it all plays a part in it. So again, it goes back to that idea of comfort. So it's never gonna come down to hatred, as like what you said, or anything like that. It's just
Let the record be shown. I retracted my statement.
No, I'm
and
just.
I didn't even get it out, and then I said not hate, but what I already asked. What I wanted to ask: were you going to the gist of it was? Were you only going to focus on teaching them just about black, or were you going to allow that other culture to be taught as well, or would you embrace that?
I want my
niece.
children, honestly, to sign. I want them to speak Spanish fluently. I mean, like, my children will be exposed. Just like I said, part of my black experience is eating Mexican food.
Yeah, you know, I have a niece, a great niece. She's only 2, and
because
she's
that's my
Argentina
point.
and black.
Like,
but she's learning how to. She's like learning how to. She can talk English, but she's only 2 years old. But she's learning also Spanish. So when I saw my nephew's wife actually talking Spanish to her, she would just go and get whatever she said. Can you go?
That's good.
Yeah, you know, and I also have another niece who is black and Jamaican, and that's what I was trying to say earlier. My brother-in-law, he's teaching her the culture of Jamaica and you know
my kids
what
are
they
gonna be
used
Jamaican
to.
too.
Yeah. And I think
kids gonna
stuff like that is more important if there's not like a lot around it. Like if you're Jamaican and it's not like you don't know where to go to find out about Jamaican, I think it's important in that regard to teach them separately on your own. But growing up, the crazy thing, my cousin thought like, never mind, just let it go. My cousin had the same question that you had, and this cured all my curiosity. Like, the only thing I ever really worried about was why they were a different color. And my grandma was like, you can't change that. Like, you were just born to whatever. You know, your dad was this, that's what they made you. You can't change that. That's God's gift to you, whatever your skin color is. Cousin came home and said same thing because she dated a white guy. His name was White K, and he saw her sister, saw his sister, and she had straight hair. She came home like, Mom, you know, I want straight hair. She said, go get a pressing comb. Bam. And I was like, oh, okay. So I said, just naturally, I said, well, Granny, what if you want to get curly hair? Go to the store with your brother. With your cousin, because he had curly hair. And
wait, she was telling you to go to the store?
Yeah, because I was asking questions because she answered. My cousin asked her mom.
Got it. It's okay.
Yeah. So so I'm like, oh, okay. So all things, and she was just saying like, oh well, you pretty much you weren't born, but if you want to straighten your hair, then go straighten your hair. I mean, there's a way to do it. And with that, I was just like, oh well, there's really no difference in the world. You know, if you can do it, then you can do it. Period. You feel me? If I like you, then I like you. If I don't, then I don't. You feel me? And I didn't have those questions that others may have had, where it's just like, why can't? We're just people. everything can be done, everything can be mixed. And when we grew up, like now, you said you want your kids to sign and everything. That's very necessary today to do. So that's a great thing in my opinion. But growing up, we didn't have to learn.
What I said wasn't great.
Nah, not to me. But and I was just playing. But
You're just serious.
You're a hater.
We don't like when we were growing up. Most people that had jobs spoke English, so we didn't even. It wasn't even pressure to really speak Spanish like that because you didn't have to be bilingual to get a job because you wasn't dealing with many Hispanics.
Can you get to the point?
My point is
she is so rude on the air. Jesus Christ.
Time's a ticking.
My point is, I just didn't think like that. And most of the people that I hung with didn't think like that. The fact that you thought, oh, you saw a girl and you said, oh, her hair is pretty. I would have looked at you and said, oh, your hair is pretty, because you are you. And I looked at her like, oh, her hair is pretty, because she is she. Like there was.
So you didn't see nothing different, basically.
Right, and like everybody, for whoever they were, my grandma was like, you are who you are, and people are going to be different. But nothing is better than you. You just like what you like. And I think a lot of times we conjure up what's better, and it's not necessary, and we create these pedestals when we just all on the same plane.
True.
Except you for you, basically.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be considered to live I live a black life, but a lot of things I'm into, they might be considered other cultures. So.
Right.
So, Miss Roro, you have another question?
Oh yeah, one more. Why are other races more accepted than the white and black couple?
Wait.
Oh, you want to know? I have an answer.
Expand on
that. Well, back in 1959, as far as interracial couples, the acceptance was about 4% as far as socially. Now, it's actually 87% acceptance. However, if you were to ask me what is the number one interracial couple, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's actually white and Asian. I'm sorry, white and Hispanic.
Wow.
Who interracially date the most. Second, it's white and Asian.
What?
And third, it's white and black with actually only 7.9%. So although it probably is a big deal in the black community, honestly, the truth of the matter is most other races actually would least likely prefer black people, and more so prefer white people.
Or Asian people.
That's maybe a good note to black people that really
it doesn't
men or women we're not really wanted. We're lowest on the totem pole. I mean that's just the honest to God truth when it comes to dating outside the race. And white and Asian households produce more money when they interracially date. Then Asian and Asian, then white and white, then white and Hispanic, then white and black, and then black, and then Hispanic and Hispanic.
Of course, black and black. Got it.
So
That's crazy.
why we gotta be at the bottom?
Hispanic and
Right?
Hispanic.
Hispanic is at the very at the last, but we.
So I mean, that's probably why they're like,
Hispanic
if I
and
get with a
white.
black person, my life goes downhill. What'd you say? You go white and your credit goes up?
Yeah, and then when you go.
You go white, you get your credit white. that's
I heard that saying.
Hey.
But I mean, that was based on the Pew Research trends. Basically, that they took those statistics from newlyweds. But I just thought that was interesting because it seems to be something that whenever you see something frequently, you always think it's happening the most in your world. When actually, if you look at the world as a whole on a larger spectrum, that's when things change. So statistically, black people dating outside of their race doesn't happen that often.
I'm still stuck on the white and Hispanic though. Wow.
White and Hispanic?
I know, that's like the top. That's wow.
But if in the documentary Light Girls, real quick, they talked about in every country, white skin or the white culture is what is most praised. So you have people in Africa, whitening their skin. You have Indians whitening their skin. You have Asians whitening their skin. And I just thought that was like, wow, everybody is going after the European look.
Sad.
Everybody got upset at Eve when she married somebody from Europe or somebody from the UK.
Yeah.
I mean, they said that
didn't know.
people.
Yeah, she's like happily married with
Yeah.
with
Really?
a dude. Yeah. He got
like
3 or 4
billionaire.
kids. He's a
Money will
billionaire.
make you happy.
Well, no, well,
just-
it will. But
they
I read the article and she was just like, she genuinely
Loves him.
loves him, and it's for the fact that like he genuinely puts her in her place. Like it was, she's a Rough Rider, so you know her camp was a bunch of rough ass
She's
dudes.
had a rough life.
So you
too.
know what I'm saying, and
Love is
it was
blind.
like amazing to
It'll
read
take
that.
over
You know,
your
this,
That was why.
What
you know what I'm
think
saying?
is
That was
love
the
is
reason.
true
Like she was
love.
like he was
Gotta
the only
elevate.
dude that really put me in my place.
You would think at all of
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like crazy.
And reading Madam, no other. I can't think of her name.
Really?
Stop the hand movement.
couldn't think of her name. I couldn't think of her name. But she said 7% of mixed. Yeah, Madam Noir. I'm sorry. She said 7% of relationships that are mixed. She said has nothing to do with any of that. She said they just happen to fall for each other. No reason behind it at all.
As they should.
Miss Roro, final comments.
Well, I just actually had another thing, but there's nothing wrong with just dating outside your race. I say just try it. Just try the experience of it.
Try it, you might like it.
don't look at color. Just look at the person. Just look at the personality.
I'm gonna see color.
You know, just
I'm just being honest.
Akila,
We see
just
color.
try it.
I
Try it.
appreciate the differences in all of us. That's what makes us all beautiful.
Try
you know what
it.
I'm saying? God didn't make any mistakes when he did that. And I appreciate it. And I think that my thing is, let's just not ignore it. Don't pretend like people are clear. We're not clear. Love me and my black skin, and I love you and your white skin.
I heard that.
two of my nephews. They both.
You
know,
said
one
or
has a
red
wife
or
and the other one
beige.
has a
Or
girlfriend.
brown,
They're
you
both
know?
Hispanic. Two of my nephews. They both have.
I want to love
well,
everything
girlfriend and a
about
wife and Hispanic.
that man.
I think
right.
There's nothing wrong.
I don't know what
That's
that
time,
means.
right?
Yeah.
Love is blind.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I
Love
heard
is
that.
blind.
Just,
Love is love.
Love is love. Love
Exactly.
everybody. Because God did. So why can't you?
Tis it is. This is Monday Night Love Sessions from Miss Roro. Key
Why don't you love the
77.
white cop?
Because he was a po-po.
Cameron Dave.
See, that's the same thing.
I can understand.
Akila
Discriminating
Trine.
against
I am
blue.
Doncho
Blue
Detroit.
blood.
Love is blind. Don't ever be jealous.
blood.
This is Nick Jonas. DJ Rick Q, what's up? Yeah.
Still get jealous.
I don't like the way he's looking at you. I'm starting to think you want him too. Am I crazy? Have I lost you? Even though I know you love
Fresh killers, fresh
Line.
killers, fresh killers.
Rock till the wheels fall. Rock out with my cock out real loud. Real strong. Yeah, your girlfriend a whore when the lick on. Had to hit him with the 2 chains. Cool nigga, still hotter than the blue flame. Smooth nigga, riding in the fast lane. Presidential with it, bitch, I'm truly on my campaign. Truly on the G.O. Fuck a hoe, I'm out here feeling like D-Lo. Hella clowns, no brain, just weed smoke. Blowing loud, A1, no cheap drum. No, waiting on the next nigga. No handouts, cashing checks, nigga. Whole body, no flex, nigga. Full circle on deck, I'm next, nigga. Rockin', out here rolling, out here riding, cruise controlling, out here rockin'. I'm out here rockin'. I'm out here rockin', out here rolling, out here riding, cruise controlling, out here rockin'. I'm out here rockin'. And a nigga like me. Paint a picture, make a movie like Spike Lee. Fresh killer every time with a nice beat. I'ma swing, I ain't looking at no strike 3. Looking for the game winner. Getting better with time, but still the same nigga. Taking off and I'm flying, direct the plane, nigga. And they say I'm out of my mind, fully insane, nigga. Furthest from the truth. Look into my eyes, you can see it from my view. This is what I do when I step inside the booth. Got my gun locked, load the aim, shoot. Chris Lock, what it do? We killing competition. Built to take a licking and keep on ticking. Lock, what it do? We killing competition. Built to take a licking and keep on ticking. I'm out here